If you asked me what my all-time favorite dessert would be, it would start with peaches. Anything peaches. Today, it's definitely peach cobbler. Cut your peaches 1.5 pounds into like 1-inch cubes. You can do it into slices as well. So start with 1.5 pounds of peaches. If you wanted to and you wanted to vary the flavor a little bit, you can add some raspberries or some blueberries, both delicious additions. Add 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup if they're really sweet and really juicy. A tablespoon of cornstarch for a little bit of thickening. I don't know, cobblers are great and they're so variable too. Some of them have biscuit toppings like the one I'm making today. A tablespoon of lemon juice. Some have batter toppings. Some have pie crust toppings. It's almost endless the different variations that there are, and they're all called cobbler. It's kind of crazy. And they're all delicious, and they're all really easy. So they've all got that going for them. Stir this around just so everything is completely combined, and some of the juices will start to release from the peaches as it sits and you make your biscuit topping. I have a cup of all-purpose flour in here. To that, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of sugar. So the topping is slightly sweet, not too sweet though. A bit of sugar. A teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon salt. Whisk them together so everything is well combined. And then add 3 tablespoons of butter that's been cut up. Should be cold because you want to have little pieces of butter left in your mixture so that when it bakes, your biscuits are nice and flaky. So I like to use my fingers. You can use one of these. This is a pastry cutter and it's designed for cutting butter into flour, but I like to get my hands in there. I like to feel what I'm doing. Work quickly though because you don't want your butter to melt. The key to flakiness in pie crusts and biscuits and all things like that is working cold. So cold butter, even cold flour if you want to, and then put it into a hot oven. And when you put it in the hot oven, the steam that's created from the melting butter lifts up the biscuit or the pie crust and creates layers and flakes. Rinse the flour off your hands and then add 3/4 cup of cold buttermilk. Stir just until combined. You don't want to overmix at this point. You want to maintain those pieces of butter that I was talking about just a minute ago. This is a very moist dough, so you're going to scoop it on top of your mixture. I like to use an ice cream scoop like this. I just find that it's easier, and since I have it, I like to use it whenever possible. This is a 2-quart baking dish. Just put your fruit into the baking dish. You can also make this in 8 1-cup ramekins if you want to do individual. Drop your biscuits on top. The biscuits will spread out as it bakes, so leave some room between them. And you can sprinkle with just a tiny bit of sugar. Have your oven preheating to 350 degrees and bake until the fruit in the center is bubbling and the biscuits on top are nice and golden brown, 35 to 45 minutes. I'm so excited. I feel like I say this all the time that something is my favorite dessert, but cobblers really are my favorite dessert. So every time I make a cobbler of any kind, I'm gonna say that. Today, it's peach. Peach season is upon us. Couldn't be better. Ah, beautiful. Little ice cream. Give it a taste. You gotta taste it before you send it out for everybody else to taste. What if it isn't good? It is so good. You know what? I'm not even gonna send it out to give to anybody else. I'm gonna eat it all myself. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.